Hey guys, Rinji here. Once again, bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community in this very slowly ending spooky month of October. And what's scarier than prejudice on the racial background? But this time, it's only just implied. It's only just in your mind, very likely. As a VTuber decides to rain on everyone's parade, as another Twitter user has generated a black Hatsune Miku yelling at a police officer in Detroit, which inspired a lot of artists to take this really cool design, even though some people find it racist, and just make really, really cool art out of it. But let's get right into that story because it has a lot of layers to it. I asked for Hatsune Miku yelling at a police officer in Detroit suburb, and it effing did this. And here's the VTuber engaging in a little bit of downpour on this particular tweet. OP exposes the racism inherent in AI systems. It made Miku black, either because she's Detroit or yelling at a cop, or both. Everybody, oh my god, she's so cute though. Joe's Fanart doesn't think critically for a single second, feeds the machine. And then it continues. AIs are fed on human output and humans are full of stereotypes and prejudices. Please think critically about AI, not just for the sake of the artists, but for the sake of how it can accelerate groupthink. This is not a new conversation. For people who can't read the New York Times article because of subscription stuff, here's some snippets. Never pay subscription to mainstream media, by the way. Never do that. And here it is. About 6 years ago, AI in Google Online Photo Service organized photos of black people into a folder called Gorillas. 4 years ago, a researcher at the New York State app noticed the AI system she was working on was egregiously biased against black people. Not long after, a black researcher in Boston discovered that an AI system couldn't identify her face until she put on a white mask. More. Like facial recognition services talking about digital assistants and conversational chatbots, Google Photos relied on AI system that learned its skill by analyzing enormous amounts of digital data. Called a neural network, this mathematical system could learn tasks that engineers could never code into a machine on their own. By analyzing thousands of photos of gorillas, it could learn to recognize a gorilla. It was also capable of egregious mistakes. The onus was on engineers to choose the right data when training these mathematical systems. In this case, the easiest was to eliminate gorilla as a photo category. As a software engineer, Mr. Alkney understood the problem. He compared it to making lasagna. If you mess up lasagna ingredients early, the whole thing is ruined, he said. It's the same thing with AI. You have to be very intentional about what you put into it. Otherwise, it's very difficult to undo. And here's the thing about this one particular comment here. You have to be very intentional what you input into AI prompts in order to get a specific outcome of it. Because, you know, things like this happen. Another person typed in the same thing they did and this was the outcome. Typed in the exact same thing and got this, which is a more usual Hatsune Miku here that has been generated. And if you cannot tell where I'm going with this, is that probably the original person that made that Black Miku has inserted the right prompts into the AI generator in order to produce that specific Black Hatsune Miku with all the chains and stuff. And many other people has also done the same and got the same result here with the more typical Hatsune Miku being generated from this. So yeah, OP's, the VTubers, whole shtick with this inherent racism is pretty questionable, because I do think that, again, that Black Hatsune Miku was generated with a clear purpose of her looking like that. So yeah, the inherent racism, nah, it's all the data that you feed into that particular AI generator. So yeah, but you know, there are a lot of positives to this. considering, you know, people have started drawing fan art like this, which is really cool. A lot of these artists, mind you, are also black themselves, and they do not give a damn about what some 20-year-old, most likely white VTuber thinks. And more applies to that one specific VTuber. Other people in the comments said they did it and it was white. I'm black and even I associate Detroit with black people. It's a place made culturally relevant by many of its black people, both famous and not famous. I'd say the same about Houston in Louisiana too. Also, I decided to go test it out myself. The only black Hatsune Miku that showed up only appeared in what I specified African American Hatsune Miku. I even did robotic as a test as well. And it's all, well, not white, but typical Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku is supposed to be Asian, you know, but, you know, anime characters just look like anime characters. And we've been through this whole spiel about anime characters looking white before on this channel. And, of course, this particular VTuber got cooked by people just wanting to have fun. God forbid artists get inspired by artificially generated picture. I disapprove of AI art as much as the next guy, but Jesus Christ, what is this with you people trying to make the world seem more miserable than it needs to be? Are you even black? I'm a black artist. I like black artists or even drawing her. It's not that serious because it just isn't. And then the quote retweets. They'll keep saying this, it's feeding AIS, but all it's saying is that we should stop making art altogether, apparently. Loser. I feel like non-blacks are the only people incredibly upset about this. Like, these sentences can both coexist. Who? GAF. The people who are drawing her black, people who enjoy her design. Y'all destroying the vibe, like, damn. Another day, another person who whinges about people liking things they don't. Should we all stop making art of things we like because it feeds the machine? No, that's stupid. Like, people seem to really want to draw Black Miku. If anything, it's reclaiming the design from AI. Oh my god, shut the F up, N-word. Can MFs have fun for a second? I'm from Detroit and we all know it's 99.9% black N-words. There's like, shut the F up. We don't need your saltiness to fight for us, dog. I find it very funny that most of the people drawing fan art of Black Hatsune Miku are black people themselves. Like, you people are genuinely acting insufferable over this S. I'm so sick of seeing this take up about this. A lot of us live in Detroit and dress sick as F. I'm sorry. If you want to have a conversation about fan art of work generated by AI, we can do that, but this whole racism angle is like, did you know some cities have different ethnic populations than others? Like, would you all say this about New York? Have the collective consciousness of a tapeworm. This take is so A. Please delete. It's not that deep. And it ain't. Or maybe accept that a lot of artists don't give a damn and you just want to have fun? If you don't think you can make people pick up your cause by antagonizing and guilt-tripping them, then consider your cause long dead. And more of the fan art, because it's awesome. And there's so much more of it too. I like these specific trends on Twitter, especially one of the few good trends that you can find on Twitter are usually related to artwork. And this one's awesome. I really enjoy this one. I hope it keeps going. And I hope it keeps giving that VTuber an aneurysm. So good. And many, many more. Even the Japanese got on this one. So cool. And yeah, what's the lesson to learn from this? Let people have fun on the internet. Some things aren't as deep as you might think. Don't rain on people's parades when they're clearly just having fun and do not mean anything serious by it. But for right now, that's everything. Hope to see you on the next one.